can they not trace people who are using social media, or if flags are repeatedly reinstalled after we remove them, can they not lie in wait and nab the bastards who are reinstalling them so quickly? Because that's the sort of thing I would like to see from the police. Now, the ones outside County Hall, can we use our CCTV to identify who's doing that? Because that's absolutely appalling.
Ben, why are you in timeout?
All I said was I'm proud to be British.
The barbarians are inside the gates, and the UK isn't training children how to defend the city. They're teaching them how to surrender. The Home Office just funded a video game called Pathways, a game which is designed to teach kids which thoughts are approved, which thoughts get punished, which thoughts get reported to the police. And if you want to win the game, it's simple. Obey. That's the one command. But if you think for yourself, lose. You love your country, lose big. That's the wrong questions. Lose big time. And then you'll get a call from a mental health support specialist. Because, of course, nothing quite says a free society like counseling for curiosity, especially if you agree with the wrong person. The game drums that message into your head. Never agree with Amelia. So let's meet their new villain.
Amelia, Charlie's close friend, has made a video encouraging young people in Bridlington to join a political group that seeks to defend English rights.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the state's idea of a threat. A purple-haired golf girl in black boots is now officially the face of national extremism. You see her in a pub, you call the police, you talk to her online, you get a struggle session with a shrink, but agree with her in the game, your goose is cooked. See, the government wanted to scare kids straight into a jackboot with a smile, but the internet had other plans. They didn't fear Amelia, they didn't cancel her, they didn't mock her, they turned her into a mascot to fight back. That's when Downing Street had to lie down.
Hi, I'm Amelia. I'm English, and I love England. I like having fish and chips and a pint at the local pub. I like Shakespeare and Dickens, Tolkien and Lewis, Harry Potter. I like pork sausage and dogs and fashion.
Haram! Haram!
But I don't like that.
Hell, I'm ready to rally with Amelia. I want to put on a Guy Fawkes mask and start chanting, remember, remember the 5th of November. Because Amelia knows the game. Question migration policy, and you get referred to a counterterrorism program. But be a good little citizen, and you too might be able to lock people up for their thought crimes. That's the United Kingdom right now in real time happening to real people. So it's time to slay and remind them what FAFO means. Welcome to FAFO. If you're new, hit subscribe. But if you're part of Slayer Nation, you are ready to go. We're going to talk about a little game where every kid is treated like they're one online comment away from a prison cell instead of earning a PhD living life. See, this whole thing, this game was developed by the UK's so-called anti-extremism body, Prevent. They said their mission? Media literacy, which is naturally, of course, government code for we don't like the where your thoughts are going. Time for a little guidance, comrade.
The choices you make will determine the route your character takes. Remember to be aware of getting trapped in risky or harmful situations, as the different choices can lead to situations involving extremism and radicalisation, damaging the outcome for your character.
Make no mistake about it, this isn't being aimed at criminals, activists, anarchists, terrorists, or troublemakers, but kids. The game is made for kids ages 8 to 18, and it looks exactly what it's like. A 1990s corporate training video for someone who's about to be fired. You got beige animation, dead eyes, and dialogue written by someone who's never met a human being. It's like the kind of thing that HR forces you to watch before punishing you for your latest joke, or flying your country's flag in your cubicle before calling you a fiend, and then kicking your butt out the door.
It's time to take down the lamppost flags. I'm here on Epinal Way. There are flags hanging from almost every single lamppost. I see flags flying proudly from flagpoles from public buildings. I see it when the England football team plays. And then I see flags painted on roundabouts. And that is just a bit weird. People who say this is about national pride. I'm proud of my country too. And I'm proud of our flag. But I do understand why others feel that it's about excluding people. why others feel that it's about saying who belongs here and who doesn't. I'll be asking the Reform County Council to take down the flags on the lampposts. They have said it is illegal. It is also a safety hazard. It's time to take down the lamppost flags.
Folks, be blunt. The guy you just heard, you can feel it in your bones. He doesn't hate the game. He loves the game. He just hates Amelia and really loathes Albion. So let's be clear. Pathways isn't a game. It is a parole interview with cartoon graphics. That's it. You want to start playing, you got to choose your character. And it really doesn't matter if you pick boy or girl, male or female, because the game will continue to call you they. Pronouns only approved. Reality, UK put it under review.
Charlie has been chilling out all afternoon.
Yep, all right.
They've been scrolling on social media.
They? You mean he?
They spot a video that seems to be getting a lot of attention.
They're avoiding gendered language. Oh my God. This is crazy.
You starting to see the big picture yet? They tell you in the game that you could choose your own adventure, except every road leads to Big Brother. They say you have choices, but not real ones. It's green answer, red answer, good citizen, bad citizen. And that's when things start getting a little creepy. If you question Parliament's latest policies, red. If you actually bring statistical facts instead of fairy tale fantasies, red, red, and red. If you dare to do any research instead of parroting the approved narrative, boom, you're on a list.
Charlie has applied to dozens of jobs, but hasn't had any luck yet. Somebody else in the class tells Charlie that this is proof that immigrants are coming to the UK and taking our jobs. Charlie approached the classmate angrily. He agreed with the ideas and began shouting about them in class. The teacher let Charlie know that the school has a zero tolerance on hate speech. The teacher sat with them and talked openly and frankly about the ideology that Charlie had discovered. Charlie accepted they may need support. Charlie's teacher made a prevent referral, and they were able to provide tailored support for Charlie.
Apparently, now wanting to work is extremism. Loving your country is extremism. Hell, according to the game, if you love Amelia more than the straight, you are the most extreme extremist of them all. And it means that you're not just a risk to the state, you're in training to become a future felon.
The government says it must be this way. That doesn't make it right, does it, Robin Hood? These dragons that threaten our England won't go away unless brave knights rise up to slay them. Or did all the British bloodlines with any bollocks get killed off in World Wars I and II?
You and I both know that the game designers were never prepared for how Amelia would be loved by the world, how she would be embraced by everyone. She's setting the internet on fire. That's because she's working double time to save the UK. And now she's actually winning every heart and mind of everyone who hears her. But we'll get to that in a bit. There are 3 ways to play Pathways. Obey the government, good boy route. Stay neutral, stay safe. That's the fence sitter route. Speak your mind, the bad boy route. Guess which one gets you a referral. Because when you lose, it's not just time out, the screen is over. You get sent somewhere. Counseling, workshops, support groups, anything they can throw at you to remind you that your freedom isn't real and you need to be reprogrammed by a representative of the state. See, Pathways isn't a game. It is a pre-crime simulator. We're talking about a snitch training module. It is a dress rehearsal for obedience boot camp. And the best part, the villain isn't violence. It isn't hate. It isn't crime. It's freedom and thinking for yourself. And Prevent will go to any lengths to stop that.
Charlie was referred to Prevent and Channel. Charlie was assigned a mentor to help them one-to-one. Someone who had been in their shoes. They were reluctant at first, but gradually warmed to their mentor, forming trust with them, having heard and understood the similarities between them. The mentor was honest about the dangers of following a harmful ideology, and the message resonated with Charlie.
And what's Amelia have to say?
Englishmen! It's your country, and it's being taken from you.
I guarantee you one thing. The government, when they made this game, did not intend to spark a rebellion. Pathways was supposed to scare kids straight into the arms of the state. Amelia was supposed to serve as a cautionary tale, a warning label. But the internet turned her into a meme. They blew her up into a mascot, and now she is the new face of a resistance. And that's because governments never learn. Nothing radicalizes faster than telling people their thoughts are illegal. Try to crush an idea, it just spreads faster. Ban it, it becomes a legend. See, the UK, they didn't invent a villain. They created a character, and characters don't always obey. Sometimes characters get adopted. That's why you suddenly see Amelia everywhere. She's strutting through London, speaking up about the state of the country, and she's saying all the quiet parts out loud.
Our country has been the setting of many stories of common men standing up to a tyrannical government. Have you ever wondered if you would stand up too? Or would you stay silent? Or even take the oppressor's side? Well, what are you doing now? Because, well, there's your answer right there.
Notice something important. Amelia isn't violent. She isn't dangerous. She's just blunt, truthful, but most importantly, sarcastic. And that's what authoritarians hate the most, because satire breaks the spell. Mockery is like kryptonite to power. And the truth, my friends, the truth nukes lies where they live, which brings us to the part they don't want you to really think about. In today's Britain, thoughts don't get debated. They get censored, squelched, and then sentenced. Because Pathways isn't just a game anymore. It is happening right now in real life to real people. So I'm going to show you how their game really ends if people stay quiet.
You have been committed for sentence, having pleaded guilty to an offence of publishing written material which is threatening, abusive, or insulting, intending thereby to stir up racial hatred.
Ending, not a meme, not a game over screen, but a veteran who fought for his country saying he doesn't recognize it anymore. That's why Pathway exists. It's not to stop violence, to stop extremism, or to protect children. It is to normalize obedience, to train self-censorship early, to make punishment feel like care. Because here's the hard truth. Authoritarian systems don't start with soldiers. They start with teachers, counselors, clergy, broadcasters, and support. But the one thing we know, they all end with silence unless people stand up.
We've had free speech for a very, very long time here. So
I'm strongly in favour of free speech. We've had free speech in this country for a very, very long time, and we protect it fiercely. Over 400 people now have been arrested. 100 have been charged, some in relation to online activity, and a number of them are already in court. This is wrong, it's unlawful, we're not going to tolerate it. I've asked for all options to be on the table. It's disgusting. And X need to get their act together, and we will take action on this because it's simply not tolerable.
So much for free speech, right? X is banned in China, Iran, North Korea, and 3 other countries. But Britain's like, hey, we want to join that club. I got a simple rule in life. Forget left, forget right. You want to know who the bad guys are? Look at whoever bans free speech. You're going to find it's the same people who always start with the children. They start by telling them that curiosity is risky. They teach them that asking questions is dangerous. Then they train them that thinking for themselves just puts up a warning sign. This isn't about stopping hate. It's about control. To stop dissent before it forms, replace parents with programs, replace debate with diagnosis, and you end up replacing citizens with subjects. That's what scares the hell out of them about Amelia. Not because they say she's extreme, but because she's free. And when you stop flexing that freedom muscle, you end up with a society where children start policing their own thoughts. Then you don't need police anymore because their mind becomes a prison. And history has taught us very well what happens after that. Long live Albion. This is FAFO. We never bow down. We never bend the knee. Always forward.
Your ancestors beat the Spanish Armada, Napoleon, and the Nazis. Surely you can handle welfare tourists. History will record what you do or don't do. Get cracking, lads. Love, Amelia.